All right, hello, people. Hello, wherever you are. I hope you're having a gregarious day wherever you're located on our loving planet Earth, this day, evening, or night. Welcome to my 3D channel. As you see, my software I've used is Blender, but if you are one of the other variants and you're curious about Blender, I always welcome you to stay. My topic for the day is in the shader node. I want to combine two or more textures and keep the texture's intensity. So let me repeat myself. I want to combine two or more textures for this demonstration. It's two, but I want to keep the same color intensity. That's all I want to do. So let's get into it. Let's open up my file that I have on here. Recent gray. Alright, now it's a reason why it's colored, but I deliberately did that. But before I continue, in my X, I have a power node. Raise the second power, so it's a parabola. Let me trace the parabola. For my X direction, here's my parabola for the X. Going like this. Now I keep going off the screen. That's it for my X.
A lot of people, baby, in the skating area.
That's for my X. Then we come down here to my Y. I have another power, X pointed 2. So I have another parabola in my Y direction. Let me trace it and see so we can trace it. Right there. So this is the one that's in my Y direction. Now, as always, I use less than and greater than so I can see my parabolas more easy. That's what less than is for. You can use less than and greater than. When I do that, it intensify the range between black and white so I can see it. Now, my new one I was using was my combined XYZ. Like I said, the topic for the day, I wanted to combine two or more nodes. You see I have two up here. I have my X and Y. There's two unique nodes. I want to put it back. There are two unique nodes to form something with the same color intensity. This is working, but right over here, you see, with my combined XYZ, it takes an X scalar, which is like white, gray, and black scalar values. For my Y values, it's taking a scalar, again, which is white, gray, or black. But when I combine it, this node right here, the socket, is a vector. And you know anything about vectors? In math and in Blender, the vector is an X value, comma, Y value. Since this is a plane, I don't care about the Z, so I'm leaving the Z off. That's my vector. Color-wise, X is red. And I believe Y is green. So you see that X up here is red, Y is green. Now if I turn those to grayscale colors, this will all be filled in right here. All of it will be filled in. All of this will be filled in. And this color, why I have it the way I have it, this will be white, allegedly. So we'll have to see. Alright, so let's check this out. Now, like I said, I want to keep the same color intensity. So I'm gonna demonstrate. I'm gonna unplug this. I'm gonna unplug my X and eventually unplug my Y. My X is unplugged. Oops. Having trouble with it. Oh, let me hit this X. Alright, good. So my X is unplugged now. The Y, I'm gonna unplug both X and Y. So now it turned black. Because the combined X, Y, Z, you see the X and Y is 0. Z don't matter, so that's why it's a grayscale up here. Alright, let me hook the X value up right here. Let's see how this looks. see? There's part of the parameter that I just now showed y'all. I erased it, but here, you know, I said the X was this. I said the X was right up here. Here's my X going that way. Here's the X right here. And I said all of this stuff right here, since I'm in grayscale, is black. Before, you know, it was green. But when they got to turn to grayscale, it turned to black or grayish color. Okay, so we got that. Alright. Now, let's see how the Y look. Like I said, I want to keep that same intensity. You see that black or gray, whatever you call it, it's intense. I hook it up right here. There's my Y. I sketched this earlier. See my Y going this way. A parabola. That's my Y. And right here, you see that intense color. You know, to the normal eye, it looks black, but it may be a gray color. But you see how it look. Now, okay, so we got out the way. Now I can delete this because I don't need this anymore for the demonstration. Now, in the past, you know that we always use that famous node. Combine or mix RGB. I'm gonna go to color. I'm gonna choose mix color. Yeah, right here, mix color. I'm gonna hook them up. Here's A. Here's B. And you see that grayscale effect. I don't want that. I said I want to have the same color intensity. Let me delete this. Let me see if I can find the one that I really wanted. Color. Bright. Well, but anyway, you got the idea. I was looking for a mix RGB. Is it down here in converter? Let me see. I just want to see. So, yeah, or the mix node. Or the mix. I can use that too. This going to produce a grayscale. Because you see, A is gray. A is a scalar. B is a scalar. So it still should be gray like my other one gave me. But you see, it still has that grayish intensity. I know I can do the factor, but the factor, when it's at 5/10, that's basically 50%. So it's giving 50% to both colors. It ain't gonna get no better than that if I want to see them both. If I go down, you see, my bottom color becoming more intense and the light one becoming lighter. As you can see right there. Now it's completely the bottom color. If I go up past 5/10, you see the top one become more darker. I want to keep, you see, it to one is completely that color. So we see, is that 0.5 is that. I don't want that. I want to maintain the color intensity, you know, because eventually when my skill grow and your skill grow, you want that same intensity. So I figure out how to do that. I figure out how to do it today. Mixing it with them little math nodes. And the good thing about it, people, like I said, this is my second year going into messing with these nodes. Second year, I'm starting to understand them more and more. Converter, math, I need a math node. I'm just going to hit up here. I need the multiply node. Now, see, since I'm getting more embedded with nodes, even before I hooked at the multiply node, my awareness is starting to decrease. I'm starting to make a prediction of how things are going to look before I actually make the node in Blender. That's how we get better. The more you keep using the nodes, the math nodes, people, you will be able to predict how your particular textures will look. So let me hook them up and I'll show you. Here's my X value. It's there. But the bottom value is 5/10, so that's keeping it light looking. See, now it's darker. When I hook up this next value, all the values should go into it. Oh, but you see, I said multiply. It's on add. So it's adding the colors, and that's why I look like that. So let's go to multiply, because multiplying is actually multiplying value A or X times value B, which is Y, and it's going to give me a scalar value. And you know, when you multiply something, decimals, when you multiply decimals, which is based on, it becomes smaller and smaller. And when it becomes smaller and smaller, you mean that's more equivalent to being more and more black. So let me go up here to multiply. Like I said, I'm able to make predictions now. And zap, I got what I want. Now, I can't make no adjustment like I could with the mix, but I got the exact, and it's more intense now too. With the multiply, the colors is more vibrant. So that's how you do it, people. You know, when your skills become better and better, and you want to weld two things together with that same level of color intensity, you know, the mix, if I use mix or anything close to the mix, it's going to be a palish color. When you start making more and more complex things, you don't want that pale looking color we saw earlier. You want to keep the same intensity, combine those two colors. So that's how my good people for this little video. New people, I always like to say to new people, as you see, it's my second year learning these nodes, but I'm getting better and better and better. The only reason I'm getting better and better and better because I keep trying, I keep experimenting with them. That's how you become better with these nodes, because the nodes, that's the hardest part of Blender or any other 3D package. Mastering those shader nodes, now, but you know, if I can master, when I master shader nodes, geometry nodes, it's cinch, because I'm already used to compositor. You know, the compositor is a lesser version of the shaders. The compositor is just like the movie, like the movie stuff, compositing the whole image. I'm already good with that. But now I'm getting better with these shader nodes. So we see now, people, we have the possibility to meld two or more images together and keep that same level of color intensity. Till the next time, Blender family, 3D family, peace.